Beep.
All right, everybody, welcome back to the bench. So today we're going to talk about the Lunar Concepts Hot Pocket on the Brownells BRN-13.9 that Brownells was so amazing to send out. Now, I did buy the Lunar Concepts Hot Pocket with my own money, but Brownells did send out the BRN-180 13.9 for me to review. And in part of that reviewing process, I'm going to kind of let you guys know this is one of the issues that I saw with the BRN-180, and this is how I've corrected that problem. So let's kind of dive into it. So this is made out of Cordura, and it has fiberglass on the inside, like some sort of fiberglass packing on the inside, and that's what keeps a lot of the heat just staying in there. I've absolutely loved getting the Hot Pocket. When I originally had the BRN-180 and I didn't have the Hot Pocket on there, I just had my foregrip. It got so hot to touch the rail after just a couple hundred rounds that it was literally burning my hand. It was burning carbon into my hand. I had to put on a pair of gloves. It destroyed my pair of gloves. This thing had so much heat and carbon, it blew a big old hole in my glove just by me having it there. Now, granted, these are some really cheap mechanics fast gloves, but I do love how this has made everything hold up an insane amount more. Now, I did not get this sent out to the channel for review. I did purchase this with my own money. There are two sizes. There are standard and slim, or there's fat and slim, I guess, or thick and slim. I don't know. I have the slim version for the BRN-180. If you're running a smaller handguard, I would say all the way from like the Geisley Mark 16 rails to the BRN-180 rail. I would say go with the slim. If you're running a quad rail or you're running one of the bigger rails like that comes on the that SIG rifle, the SIG spear, or any of that, by all means get the thick boy. That would definitely help you out a lot more with those because they cover more of the metal and do all that. It cinches down really easy. It's dummy proof to put together, and it is very nice, and it keeps a ton of the heat away. One of the great things about this is even when the rail was so hot you couldn't touch it, you could still grab this part right here, and it wasn't like cool to the touch. It still was hot, but it was so much more bearable. You weren't worried about it burning you. I had a ton of fun shooting the BRN-180 with it, but one of the problems with the BRN-180 is you get a ton of gas that kind of comes out the side, and with that gas comes like hot black carbon, and it gets all over everything, and it will burn into your hands, and it will blow up your gloves and do all that other fun stuff. But this thing has been holding up really well. Now, I did kind of melt it a little bit up here. There's a little piece that kind of got a little bit melted with some of the Cordura. But other than that, it hasn't broken, and it's not burning through any of the wire or any of the elastic or anything like that. It has been performing really well. I will say the longer of the strings of fire that you do have while running this suppressed, because this has almost exclusively been run suppressed. There's probably been 3 or 4 mags that haven't been run suppressed, and most of them have. So running this suppressed is definitely one of those things that it's so like it builds up so much heat and it pushes it out and does all that. And that's just one of those things where I was super excited to finally get one of these and be able to kind of make sure that you can run the BRN-180 and you don't have to put it down every 100 rounds because it does get extremely hot. Now, one of two things I don't necessarily love about the Hot Pocket is if you look right in here, you can see that the Hot Pocket has 3 little M-lock pieces that kind of are cut out right there. I'm not the largest fan of that. I would much rather see it just be one solid piece instead of a bunch of smaller pieces. I just, that's one of the things for me. And then also the little doohickey to cinch down this stuff. I wish it felt better. Like it was extremely difficult to put on. I actually needed to get a pair of channel locks to kind of get the guy on and like be able to hold it open because it is extremely difficult to push down. Now maybe I just have little bitch fingers, but that's most likely the problem. But I've absolutely found that it's one of the more pain in the ass things, but it lets it hold together, and I think that's kind of one of those things that kind of means the most. Now you do have to have a little bit of stuff sticking out at the end. You can bury that, or if you want, you can cut it flush if you never plan on taking it off. But I don't know if I ever plan on taking it off or not. So I would like to keep it there, or if I have to do any sort of maintenance, I'd like to be able to take it off and be able to put it back on, because that's one of those things where it just kind of sucks that you can't do that. When it comes to the Hot Pocket being just really good, I mean, it is really good. I don't have that many complaints about it. It's thick enough to where it keeps a lot of that heat just in there or going out the front or the back behind it, and it works phenomenal. I highly recommend if you're out there and you're looking for some sort of heat mitigation for your handguard, whether it be you have an AR that has a gas block that's just really close to where you put your hand, or you have some sort of piston system on your AR, or you have a piston AR, you're more than welcome. This is probably one of the better systems out there, and it's very cheap. Burnproof Gears, you're looking at like $80 for one of theirs, and a bunch of other people make them for about $60 to $80, but this one was about $45 plus $5 for shipping, so about $50. You're looking at $50. I did purchase this with my own money. Wiseman or Lunar do not know that I'm making this video, and they probably do because they know I review stuff, but they do not know. I didn't talk to them. I have no financial interest with this company other than they make a great product and they're doing it really well, and I hope to see more of that in the future because it is one of those things where I think if I ever get another BRN-180 or I have another gun that I just run a lot of, this is one of those things that will definitely keep the heat off of your hand, and I'm definitely going to be picking up another one for my Colt 11.5 upper because it is a nice reward to have on here. When you get those guns smoking hot and then you're just able to run something much cooler like this, it's incredible, and I absolutely highly recommend it. If you're out there and you're looking for something like this, I highly recommend you go look at the Lunar Concepts Hot Pocket. It's one of those things where you can't go wrong, and it works out really well. And I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please leave a like, subscribe, and do all the other fun stuff. I can't say enough good things about you guys. Thank you guys so much for tuning in and doing all the other fun stuff. As always, be a hoodlum.